morning, everybody. Welcome to Merely Surviving to Successful Thriving with Jen and Diane. We are here. It's been a while since we've been here. Life and actually good stuff and joy and responsibility and lots of different things got in the way. And we're back and we wanted to talk to you about some stuff today. And we're just going to be just really having a conversation with you guys about some stuff. And we welcome you back. Remember that we could always be found on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all of the listening podcast apps, your favorite ones. And of course, here on YouTube, which we post on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. And I don't think we're on TikTok yet, but we're going to put ourselves on there too. But we just want to say hello and happy Tuesday. And Jen is here. And it's been a while since we met this way. And we're so happy to be back and can't wait to talk with you guys. So Jen, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really been a while since we've been on here.
Yeah.
I'd just like to share about like my growth and the changes that I've been going through here. I started being greeter at church, so I'm trying to get myself more involved there. It's really good for me because I'm getting to meet all the people. I'm doing both masses, so I'm there all morning on Sunday. And I don't know, the whole church thing has really changed my heart. It's so much for the better. I go to Bible study on Wednesday night, and Paige and I don't know if I even brought this up. I don't even know how long ago we did one. We both got baptized in the ocean that Paige wanted to do. That was fantastic. Like total refresh. On top of this is my new life here. It's God-based, and it's my connection with Jesus is just so much stronger now. And my life is so much more peaceful, happy. I even shared at my Bible study because I had divorce court yesterday. And, I go through ups and downs with that where I still get angry at him for some of the things that happened, because I hear sometimes how he interacts with Paige and it just makes me angry. But I said, you know what? And I pray about it all the time. This is what's funny. This is what I shared at my Bible study. I said, I keep praying because this is the only real aspect of my life that I don't like how I come out. Like it gets some of that anger out of me still. And I don't want him to have that on me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yesterday we had court and I was graceful. I took just what I thought I deserved, nothing extra. And it's, I could feel good about it. And the best thing about it is me and Paige get to stay here. We're done. It's a non-issue anymore. I just feel I keep doing the right thing and the next right thing happens. I got a promotion at work. I haven't even been there that long, and now I'm assistant manager. Every aspect of my life has changed for the better since I've been here. And it just lets me know, like, I don't even know how some of these things happen. Like, how things could be this good. We went to Miami. My friends came, and we went to Miami, and we stayed in the most fanciest place that I've ever stayed in my life. Oh, my God, it was so beautiful. Things like that, like, I never thought possible, because I was living in such a dark place for a long time and I didn't see outside of this little dysfunctional bubble that I was living in, that I could do things on my own. I got this. I have good friends that come here to visit me when I need people to visit me. I have family that comes. Paige's birthday is coming up in October, and my son's birthday is in October. So my son is actually flying out, and we're going to do like a little mini vacation. We're going to Universal Studios. That was another blessing. Like I always look up flights for my son to come They happen to be super cheap for the fall, $147 round trip. You can't beat it. So I was like, let's do it. No problem.
Yeah.
So like that, I have that coming up at the end of October, so I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I look forward to every day where I used to be in such a dark place way back when I used to actually pray for God to just take me because I was too chicken to kill myself. That's how dark of a place that I allowed myself to go. And going through all this, I have really no regrets because it's taught me how to live my life today, and I learned from my challenges. And now I'm also it's so much easier for me to put up boundaries with people and not get I get treated a certain way. That's how I'm going to be treated, and I'm not going to accept anything less. I know my self-worth today. I also noticed that like family's not just blood relatives. I've created a new family here for myself at church. I have church people that are so supportive of me. After I shared some things that I was going through on Wednesday night, the small group that I'm in like came up to me on Sunday to ask me how I was doing. Like, has anything changed with that situation? How are you feeling? Like they remembered exactly what and they told me I've been praying for you all week. That's nice. You know, I have that here, which could have been a scary thing, like moving away. I moved with my daughter with nobody, and we got this.
Yeah.
She's going to a fantastic school. It's beautiful. It looks like a college campus. Her school is like unbelievable. It's got tables outside for lunch and sliding glass doors. You could eat inside, half outside. The grounds are incredible. It's so we're so blessed. This area that we're blessed to live in is beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, I couldn't touch this in New Jersey. It's fantastic. So,
Very hard to touch that in New Jersey.
without a doubt, well, you know how my pool looks and everything. It looks like a resort. I'm living the dream, girl. Who would have thunk
Beautiful
it?
pools here, but you don't, you're not going to get one. You know what I mean? Where you're living, unless you're, it's terrible. But
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it's beautiful there. Like you took a risk. I was always taught early on in my growth journey that if you risk nothing, you'll get nothing. Like if you continue to not take a risk, I was never a risk taker, ever. I never would try anything different, go out of my comfort zone and go do something that I felt like I wanted to do. I would never take that risk and just stay comfortable. Like they say, like, I don't know if anybody's ever heard this phrase, but if you want to stay comfortable, sitting in a whole pile of crap and just warm shit is really comfortable, but it stinks. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
so that's like this. That was my MO for a long time, and you took a risk, and you probably had fear and nervousness and anxiety about it. Like, oh, what if? What if? We all have those, and it worked out. You don't know. You don't know. When one door closes, many, many, many more open. And that's really, really good. I mean, my God has been so good to me throughout these years. I can't believe all the things, and we have a mutual friend that always tries to tell me this. You've accomplished a lot. Like there's things I don't think I have. I think I haven't accomplished anything. I accomplished so much, in the last like say 5 to 10 years that I wanted to accomplish when I was younger, but I just didn't have it. I didn't have it in me. I didn't have I had, a mindset that said, I can't, but what if, but I like went with that and stayed with it. And I didn't do the things that my heart was telling me I should do. I wouldn't listen to what my body would say to me. I wouldn't listen to what my heart was saying to me, and I wouldn't do them. And then, what did they say? If you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. You know what I mean? And so I always would look back in my life and go, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? And I'm here to tell you that if you just be quiet and try to to be still and know that God is here and God is with us, you'll hear him. You'll actually hear him. And I'm not saying an audio thing. It's like God speaks in feelings. God speaks in truth, and he speaks in like you just feel him in your heart. We're not like a religious affiliation here. Some people have all different kinds of gods in their lives, but I will say that the Word of God for me really helped me, because every morning I read a little bit of it, and it really sets me right on the right path. And I love it. And we were just talking before we started this podcast, everyone, and I was just telling Jen, I'm like, I don't get up early, very, very early. Like I got up at 7 today, and usually I'm up at 6 to do other things. But the days I don't have to work outside my home, I don't get up as early. So I got right up at 7, grabbed my coffee, and came down and started the thing. And so you're getting this is dangerous for all you people out there, because I didn't have that morning thing yet, but I know that we're going to be okay, and I'm in a safe place, because I knew that I was going to see my friend Jen online this morning, and I'm safe, and I'm going to have fun, and we're going to talk about stuff that's real, and we're going to talk about stuff that probably everybody struggles with. I mean, not everyone wakes up in the morning with happy-go-lucky stuff. You know what I mean? Like Facebook, Facebook is a great tool to like share your stuff. But sometimes I get sickened by Facebook. I look at them going, oh, please, come on. Not everybody, come on. And I don't think it should be used for there's I don't know the word I'm trying to say, like not a continuum, but like there's extremes. If they're either ranting on it about their personal stuff, or everything's just totally perfect. There's no in between. And that's why I like this podcast, because a lot of podcasts, I listen to a whole bunch of them. And I like for this one because we talk about real issues and real things that are, really hard, but yet how are we doing? How is it changing? How are we getting through them? And Jen just shared a way in which she gets through them. I'm just sharing a way that I get through them with my morning meditation and stuff. I do a lot of, I have a lot of, support that I have in my life. And I was able in the last 5 years to take what I need out of life right now. Like I have a support system. I have about 5 to 10 people that I know at any given moment I can pick up the phone and call them and rip about something that's going on with me. And I'm going to get insight and answers. And then I'm going to go into prayer again and then really discern what is the best thing for me to do and what road I should be taking in a balanced, loving, healthy view from my God. And he always tells me, he always lets me know, well, wait a minute, let's just do this first and let's just do that. And it's just this feeling that I get in my heart that just says, you're okay. I'm so connected with it today like I never was before. I would pray and I'd be like screaming and like I would be doing all the talking. That's why I'm going to shut up right now and let Jen talk. I would be like, blah, 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 and God would be like, can I just get a word in edgewise? I want to be here for you. I love you. You're my child. You are always very good. You're always going to be okay. I'll always be here with you. I will never leave you. Boom. Just got to be quiet for a little bit. Anyway, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's it. Every time I get some doubts creeping up, like when you were talking about me moving and that being like super scary, I I almost didn't even get time to be scared because I just did it so impulsively.
Quick.
Yeah, because I said I did it that way on purpose. It was something that I've been thinking about for quite a few years now. I had not just came here last October, I came the year before that because I knew things were done where I was and I was just making my plan to get here. So but I had to do it fast like that because if I don't, I could talk myself out of anything. Because I was getting chirping in my ear, like, family, friends, just people saying to me, "What are you, crazy? You can't just pick up and move to another state that you don't know anybody, and you're having your knee surgery," because I had a full knee replacement right before I moved. And I was like, yes, I can. Why can't I? My logic was, other people live there and they make it, so why can't I? Like, what? I don't understand that.
Like what is that? Like everybody that's from other people though. But you know what I mean? Like other people saying stuff, and my own negative images come up and go like, oh.
But that could creep up into my head when
yeah.
so many people are chirping in my ear like that. So that's
Yeah.
why it was great that I just did it so fast, and I got in my car that early morning in the end of November, defrosted my windows, and we just kept going until we got here. It was pretty crazy.
That's a really cool thing,
But it's good. I say, like, anytime like a tiny little thing creeps up, I just think to God, like I had mostly this whole summer I didn't get any payments because I guess he wasn't working or whatever, and I start to get a little like, Paige was getting ready to go back to school. The kids go back to school early here in the middle of August, and I'm like, all right, she wants all new clothes. Things. But then I say, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? I had a couple super generous tips, picked up a couple extra shifts here and there. Yeah. My mother sent something, my Aunt Joanne, my cousin Lisa. They sent money for her to go shopping. That's what happens. Like, I always have to remember that no matter what, we have never gone without. No matter what happens, we're always okay. Somehow, some way, we're always okay. So I said, that's another thing that I've been really trying to pray about big time before I went into this divorce, to not come out of anger, to not be greedy, because no matter what, it's always going to be okay. And I'm capable. I am more than capable of taking care of my daughter today.
Yeah.
So, I can look at myself in the mirror, and I'm happy with who I see back now.
That's good. And then you're not, fear of financial insecurity will leave us. And that's like a really cool thing. Like that's it doesn't say financial insecurity will leave us. It'll say fear of financial insecurity will leave us. Because in the end, it's like the fear of the fear of the fear of the fear. That's what gets us, not really what the actual circumstance at hand. It's the fear of it. And that's so true. Like, it's all in the way that we look at it. And we're not the same women we were back in the day, from years and years ago, younger. Like, I'm not the same person. Like, I would, I don't do the same things. I don't act out in the same way. I'm not irresponsible with money like I was. I don't overspend. I don't, you know what I mean? And I love it, but I don't underspend either. That's a big thing that's growth for me, is like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I owe this and I owe this and I owe this. So I'm just not gonna do anything for myself whatsoever, and I'm just gonna do it. No, I set myself up for success today. I do things that are conducive to having enough, being able to live comfortably, and being able to be there for my family at the same time without having work and not being there at all
Yeah.
for your family and stuff. And you know, you were talking about boundaries, which is what I was thinking of naming this, but we didn't talk too much about it. But I just want to bring that up. Like boundaries are super, super important because it leads us to feel more free. Like I feel so much freer today as a result of setting sometimes really hard boundaries with people. Some of them are soft. Some of them are like, you know, I really, really wish, like there's someone that I know that's like kind of like always late when we have a thing to attend. And I just said, I know, like I'm late a lot too. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not judging. I go, but if you're going to be late next time, I go, if you think that, I would really rather not go. I'm just going to take my car from now on, you know? And then I just said that out loud and they never did it again after that. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I said, but it would have taken me years to do that before. And then last night there was just another person that I had to set a really hard boundary for about not texting me anymore. Please don't text me. I really don't think that it's appropriate to get these text messages, and I'd really appreciate it if you didn't anymore. Thank you, and have a great day. And that was it. And that would have taken me years because there was something in me that felt unsafe or invaded, or my privacy was being invaded. There's just something and they say if you feel unsafe with another person, whether it's real or imagined, not, it could be totally imagined, but you feel this way. You get this from this other person. There's a reason. You may not know the reason, but if you feel it, they say to honor that and set your boundaries appropriately or accordingly, and that's what I did. And, boundaries are really important because, I feel like because of setting all of them and because of doing that with people, I'm so free. Now I have the time to listen to God. God was always there, but everybody else was in there. There's about 50 people in my head. There was. Every day there was lots of people talking. And it wasn't me. It was like this one saying this one saying that, this. That's why there's mental illness in this society, and multiple personality disorder. There's 100 people in the person's head that they're trying to be because they can't be in between, like God shows up in between. He's right there. And I had to it took years for me to give it time in the morning, like not 5 minutes, and then go, okay, I got to go out and do my stuff now because I'm like, I got to get stuff done. I got to go run out and go this. I would get up earlier. It's an hour or more, believe it or not. And it takes sometimes a good half hour before I'm even connected because my mind's still going on about, I got to do this, and this person I talked to yesterday. So it takes them a while, and then I finally establish that connection.
Yeah.
It's like the internet, the old internet service providers we used to use, and it would take forever and go, like all the static has to go away first, and then the connection, it finally stops thinking.
Yeah.
The circle finally stops going around and around and around, and then you're connected. And then I'm like, so, and then the boundaries has helped me do that. I'm seeing with you, boundaries have helped so much with you. You're just like, no. Like, even with me, I would ask him, like, this person said this the other day, and I'm like, I wonder why that was said. Do you think it would be because of this? And she goes, who gives a shit? I'm like, okay, perspective right there. Who really gives a shit? I'm like, that's true. All right, I'm going to just move on and do something else. You know what I mean? That's what we do with our children, right? We don't, if they're putting their finger if they're a small child, if they're putting their finger in a light socket, an outlet, you wouldn't go, stop doing that, and then not even go near them and go, stop doing that, you're so bad, what the hell are you doing, what is that going to do, you're going to get electrocuted, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't do that. You would take them away from there, like if there wasn't any like child lock safety thing or whatever, but you would take them away from there and redirect them and put them in front of a toy instead to play with. And they may go back again, you'll do it again. They may go back again, you do it again. And then they learn, oh, it's safer to do this than it is to do that, without being yelled at
Yep.
or ridiculed or belittled or shamed, you know? So we belittle and shame and ridicule ourselves before we do the next thing that's better for us as adults sometimes. You know, we don't need it. It's just extra shit to have to overcome in that moment for that particular thing, which is why so many of us are so weighed down, you know?
Yep.
But no, I feel a lot lighter and a lot more free today. I got a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but I feel a lot lighter and a lot freer today as a result of just cutting it, dealing with something right where it's like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it'll take me a while, but I'll just like, no, this isn't working for me. I can't have it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we actually have the power to do that. God is with us and saying, you know, he's like you don't need that. It doesn't
Yeah.
even exist. You know, manipulation and control and people pleasing and, you know, evil, trying to get your own way, somebody trying to get their own way from you, or you doing it to anyone else. That doesn't exist in God's world. In God's world is unconditional, loving action. That's it. There's nothing attached to it. And so I'm learning that. And I don't know how you feel about that. We're going to end in a minute, but just give me a little thing on what you feel about that. Like,
That was actually my reading in the Bible, and
Yeah.
and just it just makes you feel like how grateful to know the unconditional love of God. That no matter what, and you know what, I try to explain that to Paige, because she says you don't really get upset too much about anything or worry too much anymore. She sees a major change in me, and you know, I'm just different. I'm different. I listen to different music. Every single thing about me is pretty much different. I have I left all the old stuff behind. And you know what? That's the one thing. Jesus was the one thing that was always there for me. Always, anytime that I was really struggling, always calmed me down. Because I remember I was in a lot of pain and mostly fear over financial stuff. And I was freaking out. And I just said, Lord, I know that I need to go through this. I'm not asking you to take it away, but I'm just asking you to walk with me. And I felt an overwhelming peace just doing that. And that's where I really started connecting better. And now it's just growing and growing and growing. But I put all my stock into it because I'm blessed that I just woke up this morning. I really can't even say I have too many bad days. Do I get once in a while, things creep up into my head, just like I was saying, and I went to my Bible study and I talk about it, but I squash them pretty quick because all I have to do is go outside or look around and see this beautiful life that I was given from where I came to where I am today, and that I have so many more. This is just the beginning for us, just the beginning. And this has been a beautiful life here. I'm going on 10 months here. I can't believe it. And I'm just not looking back. I look forward, and I feel blessed and grateful every single day.
Great. Yeah. You're a true inspiration. So, all right, guys, we wanted to just going to end the podcast right now. We wanted to say thank you for listening. Please share with anyone that you've heard this. We hope we gave you some sort of hope and uplifting feelings and love and acceptance. We look forward to seeing you hopefully within 1 week. You know, most likely within 1 week, definitely within 2. I'm going to commit to at least every other week to putting a podcast out here to talk to you guys. And please comment on anything that you've gotten from this, and let us know if there's any, things you want to talk about. Leave it in the comments below, and we look forward to talking to you again. Take care and have a wonderful September.
All right.
All right, it stopped.